Hi everyone, it is Sandra from Midwest Charm. I'm just working on a few items, small items today, and I thought I would just take you along with me. I am putting on a second coat on this bread box right now. I am doing it in Debbie's DIY in Faded Burlap. I already have coat one on. Let me turn you a little bit. You can see, oh shoot, sorry guys. New phone and I'm trying to work out all the kinks on it. And while it's the same iPhone, it's upgrade on it and it's just a little bit different. I already have one coat. I already did a sand to smooth it all out. It's beautiful. It just needs a second coat and some touch-ups along like the edges and stuff. I sanded it so it's all smooth, even though it might not look like it. It's kind of a rough cut here. I'm going to put the second coat on this, and then I'm going to do some lids for some of my glass jars. You'll see here in a second, I'll get a quick scuff sand. In fact, with the sandpaper I got in my last thrift haul. And then I'm going to do these kind of bohos kind of coming in. So I'm going to kind of do them in boho colors. I was going to do black, and then I decided, you know what? No, we're going to go fun. We're going to go a little bit more bold and a little bit more bright. Bread boxes I kind of like to keep a little bit on the more neutral side. I do sell them in fun, brighter colors, but they take a little bit longer to sell. So I don't always like to do them. But the first thing I'm going to do is just finish off the lip of this bread box with just an artist brush and not my big one, just so I can get a nice clean line on there. I'll get this part done. I'll close it up and then we'll get this. It just needs, like I said, the second coat. First coat is all about getting your paint on, and it's not necessarily the prettiest coat. You can see through it. It's not full coverage, which is fine. I'm not looking for full coverage on that first coat. I'm always just looking to get a nice good cover on it. And then that can close because there is no where it's touching. So what I'm going to do, I'm using a Dixie Belle round small, and that'll get into these little edges all nice and neat. This is what I'm doing. It's on a couple of paint cans to make it easier for me, but sometimes turning it makes it a little bit harder. This paint is super, it's nice and thick. As you can see, it doesn't really drip off. Can you see a little blob there? It doesn't really drip off. The second coat will probably be all it needs. This piece will get distressed back to show this natural dark wood. When I chose this color, I chose it specifically because I wanted to be able to distress it back to the darker colored wood and have that nice deep dark brown pop through. I've not decided what to use on a decal for this yet. I have a bunch of decals I actually need to do. I think I mentioned it in my last thrift haul too. I had that cute little tiny tote, like old toolbox looking tote that needed decal, and I have just a few other things I need to get decals done for. I might do some glass etching on some of the glass. I have just some straight up glass jars that are glass lid glass jars, but they're super cute little canisters. And you know I love cute little canisters. So I have those I want to get done. So that's going to be this afternoon, I think. My husband works the weekends. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that before, but he does work the weekends. So that I typically, since I don't have to chase kids and don't have to be anywhere, these are typically better crafting days for me. You may hear my baby chicks in the background. We do have chicks. They are waiting to go outside. My amazing son, who is not a carpenter, he is 18, just finished up. When we bought the place, it had an old barn that was sided to look more like a garage, but yet they still used it for their goats and their chickens and their animals. And the inside part of the chicken coop was not finished. And with these new babies we got, what we have now, the outdoor coop and the run, work perfect for the amount we have right now. But with these new babies, we definitely need more space out there. They definitely need some room. So he finished that off this week. So as soon as, yes, we're getting a cold snap. Yes, there's a chance of snow. Nobody is happy about it. So once that passes this week, they will be going outside. So 2 of the babies we have are fully feathered. They are 8 weeks maybe 9 weeks. And those guys are ready to go. They've already spent some nice days outside with our current hens to kind of acclimate to them, but it's just been a little bit too chilly yet. So we're hoping with this last little snap here, that will be it, and I can get all my babies outside. But they will for sure go into the indoor part. We do have that open to our hens now, so they have been actually laying in there because I have a couple of broody babies, and they're kind of hogging my nesting boxes. So we do have nesting boxes in the inside now, so they'll be able to go in there and lay, which they have been doing. And I just dropped a transfer I'm working on. I don't know where that wood went. It had the kids bring down a piece of wood that I'm going to make into a sign for my kitchen, and I just don't know where it went. As you can see, this paint goes on so nice and beautiful. And yes, this is a clay-based paint. It is going to leave some texture, which I like, especially since I'm going to be distressing this back anyways. This paint is going on a really grainy wood, so the grain is going to pop through anyways, and I'm okay with that. If you want a smooth finish with this DIY paint, just take a nice light grit sandpaper over it, and it is smooth as can be. It is beautiful. So the back of this, I might just swipe a few little bits on here, and then we'll get going with these lids, and we'll definitely smooth out my drips going on back here. This paint also, it dries, it goes on and it's darker. You can see that. It looks darker than the actual paint is. And when it dries, it'll dry this color. Then when I put my sealer back on it, it'll be in between the two. It'll look like this, and then as my sealer dries, it'll be somewhere in between the two. I just like the coverage this paint gives. I like their range of colors. I like the pigmented, how pigmented they are. It's fun. It's a fun paint to use. I use a lot of this and a lot of Dixie Belle. I recently, well, not so recent actually, tried the DIY Designs wax. I had always used Dixie Belle's before, and I tried theirs, and it's beyond amazing. It's smooth, it's creamy, it goes on so nice. It's beautiful. I absolutely love using it. So this being a bread box, it'll probably get some polyacrylic and not necessarily wax. However, the lids here will get waxed. I say that, but they may not. They may not. So I've got here a couple different colors. had black out. I was going to do black and then do a color over it. But I think I'm just going to go with some fun colors. I have 3 lids. This one is Old 57, a nice bright turquoise. This is Mint Chip. And this is Sea Glass, and a darker tealy. I mean, everyone's got a different color that they call it, but that's what these 3 lids will be. And I think we need to do a quick scuff on these. And I had this. Normally I have a sanding block out here, and I don't see it. I just want to do a quick scuff because these do have a finish on them, just to get some of that off and to allow the paint to adhere. I pulled off the rubber seal. This one does have plastic that is stapled in. I am not comfortable pulling that out because I don't know how I'll get it back on. So I'll just go around it with, I'm using artist brushes on all 3 of these today, just to get them done quick. And I'm just taking that shine off. Just a quick scuff sand, and then I've got leg right here. We'll wipe it down with quick. This one's got some goo. These have all been washed, but they definitely have, like, I guess you could call it patina. It's definitely age. And again, I just want to get that extra greasy grime off. I feel like I could scrub this some more. And I have issues still with my one hand, my left arm. I don't have a lot of grip on it, so this will tend to wear me out, and I have a harder time. Got a gruffer sandpaper over here. I'm looking through my sandpapers. I thought I had some because I was working on other lids the last time I was down here working. And I thought I had rougher, but I don't see it. And I don't even see my sandy block. I cleaned up partially and I put stuff away. I hate the sound that it makes. So let's go into this one quick. I'm just going around the edges. I know you can't really see because it's hard for me to hold it up. So what I'll do next for this bread box, once it's dry here, is I will go into my Cricut and decide what to throw on this, or decide maybe it needs a stamp instead and just stamp something on it and seal it. I have some really cute farmhouse IOD stamps that would look really cute on a bread box. Just giving this a click on the top. I'm not able to get into the handle holes there, but that's all right. There's a big scratch, so I'm just trying to work over the scratch a little bit and make it a little less noticeable and a little bit more blended in. All right. I'm actually going to wait on that one lid, this one. It's got so much grime on it. I either need to go find a stronger grit sandpaper. What I'm using is just a 150 fine. The top of it's fine, but there's just some grime on it. So I just need to decide what colors I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do Old 57 on the bigger one here and the mint chip on the little one. Now on these, I do both sides because they are glass jars. This one fits into here. And if I don't do that bottom part, you're going to see it. So I will definitely be careful not to get too much into the spot where the seal goes, but definitely, I've not used this one for a while and I've got a nice layer of dried goop on it. So let me get it pulled off here. It literally came off in a chunk. Let me grab my paper towel, wipe off my paintbrush so I can use it properly. All right. We are just gonna put, this is like raw wood on the bottom here. So I should be able to just get by with one coat of paint on the bottom part for sure. And this is just, these are a really quick way to flip a wood lid jar. Super quick. They sell super well. I've always had good luck with these. And they're fun. You can put a transfer on them. You can stamp them. You can do a decal, stencil. I've done a little bit of everything on them. They all sell. They're super fun. They're a great way to add a pop to your kitchen or bathroom or wherever you decide to use these at. And this jar that this one goes to is super cute. It's just a square one from my last thrift haul. It's got some wavy glass in there. It's adorable. I love it. Can I get this painted up? And you'll see I got pretty good coverage on this first coat. I don't necessarily do 2 coats on this part, just because one, it's not going to be seen as much, and 2, it's not a high use item typically. So if it wears off, it's okay, but it should sit on there pretty well and it'll get sealed in. I'll go ahead and I'm going to do the edge, and then we're going to work on this other one while that dries, and then we'll do the top. So we did get 2 baby goats this week, and I'm surprised they're not upstairs crying. They are inside right now. They are, I'm trying to remember if they're 2 weeks and 4 weeks or 3 weeks and 5 weeks. The one baby had its mama die, and the other baby, the mama rejected it, and we got them from a local farmer. And they are the sweetest babies. They're so much fun. They're adorable. They're loving. And they're both minis, so they won't get very big. And if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I posted pictures. They are adorable. They are sweet. You are welcome to come to my house and feed them a bottle or just snuggle with them. Our little girl loves to snuggle. You feed her that bottle, she'll snuggle with you. You take her out of their pen, she snuggles with you. She is just a love bug. My daughter Ashley just got her own place. So she's kind of been going through the stash down here and finding stuff for her apartment and whatnot. But she'll come over and feed these babies and love on them. And her favorite is actually our little Buck. Our little billy goat, his is the one whose mama died. And he is just a doll. He's definitely a little bit more energetic and bouncy, but he's got the best personality. So between the baby goats and our new chickens, we have been busy. And you guys, I went to Tractor Supply yesterday and I didn't buy any chicks. They had them. We did not buy any. That is a feat if you know me. I am a sucker for baby chicks. They are the cutest little things. And we've been very fortunate and very lucky with our chicks and haven't had too many losses. And we're getting eggs. I've been selling our eggs, keeping enough for us because we have 8 babies or 8 girls right now out there laying. I do have 2 broody mamas right now, although Katie thinks there's 3. But we do have some broody mamas, which means they just want to hatch their own babies, and we don't have the roux in with them because our roux is much bigger than our mom's, the hens. He's much bigger, and he's a little bit on the rough side, so he is not in with them. He just free ranges mostly, and he can come in at night. But they just want to have their own babies, and that's not going to happen. So they just need to be patient, and hopefully they come out of it quickly. Okay, so this is pretty dry to touch, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over. I haven't decided again on these, what I'm going to put on these tops. This one will probably get I don't even know, a transfer maybe. The teal one I'm working on there, I'm going to, because it's got the handles on it, I'm not sure if what I'm going to do. I'm just straightening out all my paint strokes. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just making sure they're all nice and clean and there's no squiggly lines, there's no drippies. And that's one coat. That's pretty good. And considering I'm putting something on top of that, I might not necessarily need that second coat. We'll wait and see. This is just a little bit wet still, and I don't have my heat gun down here, or I would zap that. Here is from a previous, I don't know if I did this on a video or not, but I already have the seal back in it. It's going to get, this one's going to get a transfer. I might get a partial lemon. I haven't decided yet, or flowers. And this has got just this one. I don't want to get paint on my shirt, although I already did. This goes on here. So those are always a fun style. Actually, those are probably my favorite. And I think this one will do some etching on the side. I don't know what it's going to say yet, but I'll do etching on both sides of that one. That's got a metal lid. And I thought about spray painting that, but I haven't. And this one is going to be on a jar that's just way bigger. Way bigger. That's what that one's going to be. And here, I had mentioned in my one video, I'm going to put a stencil on here that says Fresh Flowers. I will break probably these or these peachy ones. I think the peachy. Down and put them in here. And then it'll be adorable. It'll be super cute. I also have these jars that are totally finished. I have 2 of these. There's this one and a smaller one. The lids are both the same size. These are a dusty blue. They've already been distressed. They're ready to go. I can leave them as is. Don't know what that was. I will have to go check on them. Or I can do something on the top of those. So those ones are almost done. I have my piles. I've got an end table right here that one of our cats knocked over for real. I had them stacked. They're a matching set, and it dinged up a corner, and I have to do some clamping and some fixing to that baby before I do anything with it. What else do we have over here? I've got so much stuff I'm trying to work on, and I just haven't had time. Like, I have a stacked on here that I want to spray paint, but it needs to be, excuse me, it needs to be 55 degrees. This is what's going to go in my kitchen. I don't see the wood board, or I would show it to you. We found in our barn up above in the loft, we found a bunch of old barn wood siding. I'm thrilled. If you see my pictures of my coop on Instagram, the bottom half of the boards there are from our old barn. They're beautiful. I love them. But this is going to go into our kitchen. If you can see, there's 3 different signs on there. We're going to do the fresh eggs up above the archway going into the dining room. And I think one of the other ones, either the sweet cream or obviously the wild honey, one of the other ones will go on my barnwood wall. And you can see these old cabinet doors here. I was going to do one of those with the sign, but the little one is too little, and the big one I think might be too big. It may work on my barnwood wall, maybe, but I'd have to figure out something else to go with it because it just doesn't quite work. And I don't see that piece of wood. They might have it over in my finished area. I don't see it over here. But that's all coming up projects. Let me flip this over. It's mostly dry. I just want to get the lid done. So this lid has got some great detail on the top. And that's why I was saying I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this one. It would look cute with a transfer because I can do the transfer and not sink it down into those holes where the handle part is. And I think that would look really cute. So I think, I don't know. I have to go through my transfers. I did get some new ones recently. I got off of somebody going out of business or just trying to clear them out. I'm not sure which she was doing, but I got some good deals on them, and I really like the ones I got. So I always try to buy the ones that I can get the most out of. If I can cut them up really good and make 4 signs with those flowers, or, you know, like the lemons I've used on probably 11, 12 projects. I've used them a ton. I've done a bunch of lids. I've done some signs. I've done all sorts of things with them. I really, really like that one. And lemons, I hope, will be part of decor again this year, because if so, I have some amazing ideas already that I've got sitting aside. I'm just trying to decide if I want to splurge on that one or not. My last one was definitely worth the money you plop down on those. They can be a bit on the pricier side, and especially if you're using them for just one project, it can be a little overwhelming price-wise. I tried to, like I said, buy the ones I can split up and cut up. Like that sign one I got on clearance, and I can make 3 signs with it. I got them for personal use, but you can definitely do for more. And these just need a quick dry. These are not probably going to be ready to go today, but you get the idea of what I'm working on here. I wish I could show you a little bit better without cutting everything off. Just nice. This is one coat. I'll give you a quick shot of this in a second. I have a kiddo coming down the steps who thinks he's being quiet, and he's not. All right. I'm holding it on top of a... Oh, and then I saw this. Did I get it? Yes. So those will get 2 coats, and then we'll get those all done up. And in the meantime, let me spin this back around, because look, this will be all ready to get a quick sand. The knob that came with this was wood. I'm going to put a vintage ceramic one. It is still a little bit wet. You can still see the shininess. We'll put that on there. And then this one will probably be a bakery, bread, pastry, something along that lines on the front underneath the knob. So this one can technically be put 2 ways. You can do it this way, the way I have it sitting, where it folds open like this, or you can tip it on this back side and up, which I would then have to paint the other side, and you can have it where you pull it up and put it in through the top. Does that make sense without me moving it? I like the versatility of that one. But finish up these lids, and then I will hopefully, Don't know if I'll be able to post finished products up in the corners or after the video today or not, but watch for those. Make sure you follow me on Instagram because you will get to see these items on there for sure. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have some sort of a project you want to see me work on, let me know. Or if you're interested in any of the items you are seeing me finish, make sure to message me. We'll see you next time. Bye.